He's one of the scholars.
Just the stench and the below last time was
This is Geylang. So what's the first thing you think of when people mention the name Geylang?
Red light district.
Red light district. So I must paint it, right? Okay. Red light district. Can you see the people? But I don't want to just paint red light. I also painted green light. Two nights ago, Education Minister Chen came. And he came and then he looked and looked. Majula. That doesn't ring a bell. How can the Education Minister not know, right?
Just shows this what do you say? Hong Kong time they like to come here in front of the Pagoda.
Thank you very much.
likewise, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for, for coming to us.
I really wanted to say that, and I've brought many people, and every time I mention like, look at artists, like look at this, you know, and art is exciting.
Hey, hi. You just arrived?
Just sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, hang on. Official. Claire, you take one on your camera.
With the camera. Okay, wait, hold on. Thank you, thank you.
Once upon a time, Woodland has a kampong called Kampong Lorong Fatima. So this is Kampong Lorong Fatima with houses built partly in the waters, partly on land. This is Tiong Bahru. Tiong Bahru is introduction. Many beautiful white buildings for the first housing estates in Singapore. Can you see the bird corner? Just under an ansana tree, like this. So today the ansana tree still exists. Very lonely because no more bird cages. This is Singapore General Hospital. That's the old Bowyer block. Here, when the new Singapore General Hospital was constructed, the old ones were demolished. Did you see the wrecking ball? Everything will wreck off except the clock tower. So this is Chinatown by day. I grew up in Chinatown in the 1970s. So as a boy, we were already allowed to roam the streets. Unlike children today, Chinatown by night. See this house? This is a depiction of my family home in the 1970s and early 80s. My family rented the second story shop house from the landlord, who I remember was an Arab. We paid him every month $9, but we were allowed to partition the house into cubicles, a small room. Then we subtenanted them to smaller families or even singles. But because we were master tenants, we charged them 50 cents a dollar for small space. $9 is a big deal. So Mr. Lee Kuan Yew had a vision to make Singapore into a modern metropolis, spick and span, clean and green. But he realized that many of our hawkers and wet markets, they were pouring water into the drain, and the drain leads to the Singapore River. So you have to clean from source. You cannot just clean the river, right? So everything had to go, and that's why my family, that's now living in their house, had to move out in 1983, and the house was demolished. So were all the wet markets and hawkers, all cleansed off the street. So by 1985, Singapore was void of street life actually. Everything was moved indoor, clean markets. In the 80s, break dancing, McDonald Kid, Buskers, Center Point Kid, these were the things. Far East kids also. Once upon a time, we simply called it Rangoon Road because the term Little India, Chinatown, they were actually coined much later. Chinatown, 1970. The Little India was coined in 1980 because the tourism board wanted to promote tourists for this cultural cuisine. What is this blue truck? It was the 32-door truck that carried human shit. You see the man carrying the bucket, the human suit put in the bucket, slot into this truck, and drove to this Albert Street Night Soil Collection Centre. Sultan Mosque has the dome painted in green, not the golden dome you see today. Someone said wrong. Correct. It was one of time green. When did it become? I don't know. Okay, here you see Arab Street with many of the ladders lining the 5-foot way. Today there's only one such ladder left along Arab Street. Where is it? It's the junction of Arab Street and North Bridge Road. The ladder is still there. Everyone is gone except that ladder. So you must be wondering why we had ladders along Arab Street but not in Chinatown. You go to Chinatown, right? Or even Little India, you will notice that there are doors with staircase going up to the second floor. But if you walk along Arab Street, you must be wondering how people go up to the second floor. There are no doors with staircase. The staircases are actually inside the shop. Cannot be seen, it's right at the back. North of Potong Pasir is covered by farmlands. Lots of vegetable farms and kampongs, stretching from Serangoon to all the way to North Serangoon and the Serangoon River. In the middle of the farmlands was an airport. It's called the Paya Lebar Airport. Look, this is a representation of Paya Lebar Airport. And here I am showing a supersonic Concorde plane. It's taking off. Have you heard of the supersonic Concorde? So the Concorde operated in Singapore between 1977 to 1980. 3 years. And you guess how many flights operated in the 3-year period? 3 flights. Only 3 flights in 3 years. The flight route is between Singapore and London. And so on one side of the plane, it was painted Singapore Airlines. On the other side, it was painted British Airways. This is Geylang. So what's the first thing you think of when people mention the name Geylang?
Red light district.
Red light district. So I must paint it, right? Okay. See, red light district. Can you see the people? But I don't want to just paint red light. I also painted green lights. See the green lights of the National Stadium. Yeah. Which means a match is going on. Here I am depicting the Malaysia Cup is being played. That means the Kallang Roar is really roaring. This is a cross section of the flats at Geylang Serai, and I purposely opened up it to show that the people were so excitedly cheering the Singapore team in the Malaysia Cup. Look, whether you have television or you don't have television doesn't matter, because the houses, they always leave the doors and the windows open, and they even invite you to come in to watch the cup together. Right? Even kopitiams below, they put TV for people to watch the cup together. Right? How can I miss drawing durian, right? Durians and the frog leg porridge. These three panels is a representation of HDB heartlands. Now, here many people are trying to find out, hey, where's my kampong? You know, is this Queenstown? Is this Bordeaux? Right. But the answer is none. This is based, it's a fiction, but based on reality. Now, I purposely didn't want to pinpoint any specific town because I want to pluck features here and there from various towns to make it more relatable to as many people as possible. Not just Queenstowners, not just Australian people. No. Here, you can see this duck playground, which is very rare. But as much as I say it's fictional, it must be based on some, inspired by some places. So what is this place that inspired me? Dakota Crescent, yes, because it has the duck playground and also have this type of houses. And it also has two schools, one primary school, secondary school, side by side. So two nights ago, Education Minister Chan Chun Sing came. And he came and then he looked and looked, Majula, that doesn't ring a bell. How can the Education Minister not know, right? Why does the Majula school in Singapore? Okay. Obviously it's fictional. There is no Majula school. Right? I'm just making a representation of the way of life, the way of school life, such as brushing along the drain, photo taking, standing on the bank, and playing one leg. Some children ask, why are they? Where's the ball, the basketball? There's no basketball. They are playing one leg. Who's the one leg guy? Yeah, this guy. Yeah. You know how one leg is played, right? You jump on one leg, you try to touch. Right, the poor prefect standing there, the rest of the schoolmates are playing. Okay. Here I have also painted a very endearing scene of a void deck. I don't know why we call it void deck, because I don't think our void decks are ever void. Funerals is happening, weddings, and then you even have children playing soccer illegally there. Right, a funeral is happening here. And who is this lady? This lady is the Saman lady, yes, the scariest person in the car park. So scary, right? People call her the car park Pontianak. So the Chinese, they also call her Feng Fei Fei. Why? Because the hat, the straw hat that she wears, she looks like Feng Fei Fei. Okay, here see, I have painted the daily life of the people living in HDB flats. Hanging the clothes, and you can even see what they're hanging. Huh? I think we still do that to a large extent today. Yeah? Okay, here I have painted a typical old estate, old HDB estate with long corridors. Look. By just looking at the corridors, it tells a lot about the way of life, how people live, right, and who lives in there. Chinese like to hang red banners on the door, and the Hindus put the mango leaves, right? Yeah, and of course laundry, right? The way we have hung laundry has also quite varied and very colorful. Here, I have painted the Katong East Coast scene in the 1970s, early 70s. This is East Coast Road. East Coast Road means there must be a coast, right? Where's the coast? The coast was actually just next to the road. And this is the Chua bungalow, which still exists to this day. And there were many of these beautiful bungalows lining the coast, seaside bungalows with sea views. And then sadly by the early 70s, it was decided that this whole place had to be filled with sand and soil to reclaim the sea in order to build more HDB new towns. And the ECP that lead to Changi Airport. So in order to get the sand and the soil, unlike today, we will look for our neighbors to buy from our neighbors. But in those years, we found the sand and soil inland. That means from our own country. And where? Yeah, the Bedok and Tampines area, the Tanah Merah. So that's why Tanah Merah is no longer Tanah Merah. Where's the Tanah? Where's the Merah? It's gone. And the Bedok Hills, instead of the hills, we had a reservoir. The reservoir came about because after all the sand and the soil was dug up, it became a big hole, and when the water filled it, becomes today's Bedok Reservoir. So in those years, the sand and soil traveled by conveyor belts. Can you see these conveyor belts leading to the sea? So they even travel overhead of the East Coast Road. This is Changi Village. Once upon a time, Changi Village, I think it looked like this, and I wanted to paint it in a storm. Do you know why I want to paint it in a rainstorm with dark clouds? It looks quite treacherous and scary. Because I want to bring out the scary mood of the Changi Hospital. No, this is the Changi Hospital. So it was said that it's haunted. 1 year later, 1988, I went back again. Why? Because I was recruited into Tekong Camp 1 for my basic military training, which I have also fond memories. See, here, that was how we traveled from Changi Village to Pulau Tekong using the RPL. Right, RPL are this open top, we call it the ram-powered lighters. So you can imagine how sian, how moody we were. I think today the recruits no longer travel like this. They travel by what? Air-conditioned penguin ferries. Don't see how times have changed. Okay, so this is a representation of the Pulau Tekong Camp 1. Last two story. Can you see the dugong? Yeah, the dugongs used to be quite abundant in the northern islands waters. And even elephants. So many people are surprised. Why I paint the elephant? So once upon a time, the elephants loved to come to Singapore. From where? From Malaysia, from Johor. So they swam over, especially to Pulau Tekong. And they even came in big families, as many as like 3 or so. And then the Singapore government asked them, do you have passport? Do you have visa? They said no. Okay, sorry, you have to go back. So we have to round them up. The whole family, please go home. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
That's the part, that's the first draw you know. He paint this, he draw and paint this. Why I feel Yip.
Thank you.
พี่บอลดูอยู่
Alright, look here, look here.